And what happens when we come up to a stop sign? Or what's supposed to happen? I like to frame that because so often many people don't stop. They go right past the limit line. I have a friend that just recently got bumped into by another car because the other car didn't stop when they were supposed to. But when we come up to the limit line at the stop sign, if we do what the sign suggests, we can use the acronym. The S of stop simply means stop. And then the T of stop is to take a breath. I like to suggest that it's a simple cleansing breath. And that taking of a breath with awareness allows us to settle the body into what's here right now. Maybe the heart's pounding, maybe the muscles are tense, maybe there's some emotions going on, maybe some thoughts are reeling within us. So we can take that breath, and it's given that space that between the stimulus and our response, so that we don't fly into being reactive to whatever showed up. We can say, okay, what do I want to do? But to get to that, the O of stop is just like at the stop sign. Is it enough to roll up to the limit line and stop and then go, or do you need to do something else? And I'll suggest that most people, when I ask them individually or even in a group, they go, well, you gotta look. You gotta look around, see what's happening. Is it safe to go? Is there anybody else coming? Those sort of things. So the O of stop is observe. But because we're talking about our experiences that might be inside or something going on around us, we take that breath and we go, oh, what am I feeling? Where am I feeling? What's it telling me? And we can start to ask ourselves some questions about what's going on around our experience. Maybe there's a thought that's coming up. Maybe if it's in a relationship, it might be something like, you don't care about me, you don't love me, or something like that. Well, that's a thought. But with that will come an emotion and a body sensation. We can pause and we can sense it. Then we can also look around and say, okay, what's going on around me? What's happening now that's prompting this? It gives us a chance to evaluate and test what's happening. We go, oh, wow, how about that? There's a thought here. Do you need to believe that thought? Is it true? If you ask yourself, okay, this is my thought, is it true? You can ask the second question, is it absolutely true? How do I know if it's true? You can look at it a little bit more. You might say, well, it's mostly true, but maybe there's a little bit of not true to it. Regardless of what the answer is that you come up with, then noticing what shows up in the body as you come up with these answers. Is it true? Is there an ease or a release or a sense of calm, or is there more tension that comes up if you decide and you investigate that the thought is true? Then you start to find out that these sensations in the body are familiar. They've been here before. Is it something that you need to act on now? Are you safe? And chances are, if you're not going to die or somebody else around you is not in extreme danger of being hurt and injured physically, safety is present. It's like, this is challenging. Okay, well, it's challenging. All right, what do I do with challenging? Check into how it's worked for you before and what's worked for you and what hasn't worked for you. There's a lot of investigating that can go on in these brief moments. Our brains think pretty quickly. We notice it all. We do the investigation, and then we get to the P of stop. A P word for go, and it's proceed. So you go ahead and make a choice, finding that freedom within that space, and you make a choice and go for it. And then you wait for it, and how does that work out for you? And then you move on. You figure it out, and if it didn't work out too well, now it's in the past. You can't do anything about that choice, but you can use it to learn from for the next time, if there is a next time.